Right. Well, I was here when Charlie showed up. You know, we were just talking about something. I think that, well, I'll get to that. Joyce from Evansville's on the phone. We want Joyce's question.
Morning, Joyce. Good morning.
Hey, Charlie. My pink surprise lilies have been absolutely beautiful this year.
Your pink what?
Surprise lilies?
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm getting ready to move, and I want to know when is the best time to dig up the bulbs for those.
Okay. They have bloomed. They're totally, and they've just got the stem. They just have the stems left. Now is the time to dig them up. And when you replant, you're going to find in those bulbs a lot of bulblets, which are maybe a third of the size of what the bulb is. They're also called resurrection lilies, surprise lilies, naked ladies. They all are the same plant. We're talking about the same thing. But you can dig those up even though the stem is showing. And you would plant them anywhere from 5 to 6 inches deep and about 3 inches apart. And you would use a tablespoon of either superphosphate or bone meal at the bottom of the hole. But the key is you plant them anywhere from 5 to 6 inches deep and about 3 inches apart. They need 5 to 6 hours of full sun. Those little bulblets that you didn't throw away and you planted, they won't bloom next year, but they will bloom the following year. It takes about 2 years for them to really get adjusted and large enough for them to produce a bloom. But go for it. Give them away. They're more fun. They're more fun.
And beautiful.
Yes,
they are beautiful.
They
They're
are.
delightful to see.
They are.
Well, from Whitesville, we have Jamie on the phone.
Morning, Jamie.
Good morning. How are you, Charlie?
I'm fine. How are you?
If I go any better, it'd have to be twins.
I love it. I love it.
About 2 weeks ago, we had a bolt of lightning and thunder that woke us up about 5 o'clock in the morning. I told my wife, Peggy, that I think they hit something close. Well, it was a big oak tree in our front yard.
Uh-huh.
And it came in the top and down close to the bottom, probably 8 or 10 feet from the bottom on 2 sides of the tree, the bark is completely blown off of it. And I wondered if there's anything we could do to maybe try to save the tree.
Mm-hmm.
The leaves are still green, but I didn't know if there's something we could do to help it or not.
The shock from a lightning bolt onto a tree is almost more than I can imagine. It's devastating. Now, to the degree that that direct lightning hit the tree, no one's going to know, and it's going to take some time for you to really see the damage that was done to that tree, because they just don't pell-mell drop their leaves right away. But what you can do is you can break the bark back. Now this is a physiology lesson, but you've got the bark, and just on the inside of the bark, which is only about 1/8 of an inch thick, you've got the cambium layer. The cambium layer has the xylem and phloem, which is the transporting system of the tree, and then on the inside of that, you've got the heartwood, and that gives the tree support and structure. So if it's blown some bark away and where it's happened, just kind of break that bark back to where it's tight against that cambium layer. And then get you some rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and just be very liberal with it and wipe all of those areas that was damaged. All that's going to do is keep the insects from getting into the tree, and you don't need tar, you don't need any of that spray paint, black stuff, just isopropyl alcohol. And then you can do it again in maybe 2 weeks, but then it's a waiting game. Wait to see actually how bad the damage was. And if it's a tree in your landscape, you can also go to an arborist like Jack Brown. They can give you an insurance estimate on what the value of that tree is, which would also blow you away. And insurance would most probably kick in then.
Well, we have a quick question from Karen from Candleton.
Morning, Karen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Hey, I want to know about my crepe myrtle.
Okay.
I have 2 crepe myrtles.
Uh-huh.
One is in the right place, and it's growing great. The other one must not be in the right place.
Okay, it needs 6 hours of
only
sun.
like 1/3 of the size of the big one.
Okay, what's wrong with the second one?
It's just small. I've planted it between two other bushes that are not letting it get enough sunlight, I assume.
Possibly, if the crepe myrtle is it can't compete with this, it needs at least 6 hours of sun, And I would consider some fertilizing, like some fish emulsion or some bone meal and some dried blood meal or cottonseed meal, but I would consider fertilizing it and just, again, wait. But I would get it out to where it gets at least 6 to 8 hours of sun. As long as it has leaves on it right now, I think it's going to be okay.
All right, Charlie Stalker has the answers for you. And if you didn't catch it today, Hey Garden Guy on Facebook and on the web.
Every day, a new video.
Every day. Thanks so much, Charlie.
Thank you.
We'll be back with